Welcome to Luxury Paint Stadium, where the stage is set for one of the most thrilling fixtures in Queensland football. It is the semi-final clash between Lions Football Club and Peninsula Power, and we're live on FQTV. Well, this certainly is a rivalry that needs no introduction. Earlier this season, Peninsula Power stunned the Lions, knocking them out of the Queensland Cup, in a result that still felt around here. The Lions did get a win over Power in the league, but tonight the Lions return to their fortress with a score to settle, with a grand final spot on the line. While both sides have had outstanding seasons, Lions finishing seconds on the ladder, the Power just behind them in third. Both sides would have aimed for finals football at the start of the campaign. They have played some of the most entertaining football in the league, and they now meet each other in a match that promises to be interesting. Well, the Lions, they have such a wide range of attacking talent. Alex Fitchner starts, whose pace and finishing has really lit up the league. Fortunately for Lions, Tom Jarrett is injured. He will be a huge miss for them, but he is replaced by Ramzani, who is a main man at the back line. He's calm, and he always brings control, while Duckworth, the skipper, orchestrates the midfield. They go into this game on the back of a 1-0 loss to Eastern Suburbs. Interestingly, though, that their top goal scorer, Andy Pengeli, is on the bench. Well, Peninsula Power, they arrive with absolute confidence. Joseph has been a standout up top. He's absolutely lethal. 31 goals and 31 appearances across all competitions for the striker. Gibbs, of course, adds a bit of grit in the middle of the park, and McGowan has been an absolute wall all season. Peninsula Power conceded less than a goal per game in the league. A draw with St George on final day, with a second string side. That's how their league campaign came to an end. It is a good crowd here tonight. The wind is beginning to swirl, and this certainly does have more of a feel than just a semi-final. Certainly is a battle for pride, as two sides who really expect success meet in this round again. Well, for one of these sides, their season ends tonight. The other, a final spot at Perry Park awaits. It looks like it will be Peninsula Power who will get us off and running. Well, good news for Peninsula Power. They do have Kwasi. He starts after being out injured for more than 6 weeks. This is his first game in. He has trained well, so we'll see how he starts. As Power immediately try to get Lions on a back foot. There is a tactic that is being used across world football at the moment. Let's try and gain some territory. Risk, of course, is losing possession. It's a tough place for visitors to come and play their football at Luxury Paint Stadium, but Power immediately trying to get onto the front foot here. Good change of direction. The ball does come across. Kwasi was there. It was Kovac there with the delivery. Playing out in that left side, that left wing back role for Peninsula Power. It is McGowan. Michael McGowan, the captain of Peninsula Power, hoping to drive his team onwards, the Scottish centre-half. That's with Thortel. Did strike the hand of Gray there, the referee. Game's coming thick and fast. There's Liam MacArthur, former of Rochdale Rovers, will let that one go out. It's Kovac to take this throw in as Peninsula Power look to put a little bit of pressure early on here. That was a deep throw. It's not fully cleared, and the shot doesn't end up anywhere. It was Villardo. Clear their lines. Eventually, they get it away. Mundy caught underneath it. There's Ali. Back to Mundy. Yeah, the kick from Thortel. Go back. Fusey gave up on it, but he might have just pulled out. He has done. It's Beakhurst that was pulled back there. He's a tough role playing the wing back position. Already expected to be right back in a defensive position as soon as they lose it. Duckworth. About to this left side. Here's Hart Phillips. Looks back to Ramsey. Roads into Peninsula Power territory. You can certainly feel the tension in these opening stages. Skinner coming short. Is with Beakhurst. He is a bit of a set piece specialist for the home side. Beakhurst goes short to Skinner. Duckworth, Beakhurst. Flag stayed down. He just tries to squeeze it across. That's nicely done. And there's a shot back off the post. Fitchner, we spoke about him at the start of the game. You know what he brings, and you can't give him that much space on the edge of the area. Lions coming so close. And Alex Fitchner gives Lions a lead. And a goal from Fitchner. Who else would it be? Lions striking first in this colossal semi-final, and that's what they bring to this game. Lions Power having really a good 4-minute spell. The Lions have their first real attack and they take the lead. Well, is it just more the same from Peninsula Power? 7 times they've come to a semi-final and they've lost. Lost a few times to Gold Coast Knights and to Lions themselves. Still a lot of football left to be played in this game, and they'll be hoping to break that duck. They certainly have the quality to do so as they look to respond. Kovac just not able to get the touch on it properly. He does get it. Referee waves away the claims. Gray. Back to Mundy. It's Phelps. Now for McGowan. Kovac. Well, you cannot give Fitchner 2 bites at the pie. Strikes the post. Thortel was a little bit slow to get back onto his line. I don't think he was expecting Fitchner to shoot from there. Thortel. The Lions quite happy to allow Peninsula Power to play around with the ball there. Slowly creeping up. It's well worked. Grundy taking a touch. It looks like it might have gone out of play there. It has done. It is a dream start for the Lions. Well, we did see in a few of the other games between the two sides that Peninsula Power are very hard to break down. The Lions do struggle to score against them, so an early goal like that is exactly what they need. Phillips to Skinner. Back to Hart Phillips. Skinner with it. Skips away from Gray. Lays it across. Duckworth with a little bit of space to shoot. He opts to lay it off. This is nicely worked. Here's Hoare. Duckworth. Duckworth still going, and he tries to find Beakhurst. Kovac putting his body on the line well. Good defending from Peninsula Power. It was well worked from the Lions there, but you would really expect Duckworth to have a crack from there. He tried to lay it out to Hoare, but sometimes it is just better to have a go. Laudo. Thottel under pressure, knocking it long. Gibbs not able to get onto it. Laudo gives it away. Hole with it again. Trying to switch it out to Hart Phillips, but possession loss. Makwasier. Laudo. It's very important from a Peninsula Power point of view that they just keep playing the way they're playing. Can't afford to drop the heads. Think about what's gone on before. There's McGowan. Lovely little touch and turn there from Gibbs. Makwasier driving forward. He always likes to have a crack from there. He tries to go again. It's well blocked. And Joseph launching it out to Kovac. Flag stays down. Kovac tries to shoot there from that position. McGowan with a heavy touch, and he bodies Fitchner, looking for the foul there, the striker. There's Ali. Skipping away from Skinner. It's not the best of passes. Kovac will stop the ball going out of play. What an entertaining 10 minutes we've had here. Luxury Paint Stadium, Peninsula Power, a goal down. Lions leading it home. A wonderful finish from Fitchner from a bit of a tight angle with Thottel off his line. Here's Hoare driving forward. Ali gets a touch, but Fitchner chased it down again, and McGowan will use Thottel. That's intercepted by Ramzani. Well, certainly so far Lions doing really well to stop Peninsula Power getting the ball in to Makwasi or Joseph in the forward areas. Here's Skinner. Phillips up to Fitchner, as towards Skinner there as well. Horrible run onto this. McGowan thumping it away. Makwasi is a target. Ramzani gets a knock onto it. There's Joseph looking for his strike partner. Does come to Makwasi. He's got options in the centre if he can pick someone out. Tries to go himself, gets it across. It's just a little bit away from Joseph as Ramzani clears. Out here to Gray. To Joseph. You've got two men on him as soon as he takes a touch. Joseph just missing out on the top goal scorer charts of the league campaign to Andy Pengelly, who's on the bench for the Lions. McGowan. Kovac. There's Velardo. Here's Ali. Playing the number 6 role for Peninsula Power. Mundy. Going to try and split the lines. It's actually a good pass there as well to Gibbs. Gibbs comes in tied. It's not the best ball to Kovac, and despite the slip, MacArthur and Beakhurst are able to clear. And here comes Hoare. Fitchner making runs through. He tries to squeeze it in, looking for the foul there as well for Hoare, but it's the right decision, in my opinion, from Tom Fault. Kovac. Here's Mundy. Really is a strong back three from Peninsula Power. Well, again, it's Phelps with the interception. Looking for a handball there. Didn't quite look like it, initial viewing. Hoare. Here's Skinner. Here's Duckworth. Ramzani. Ramzani certainly is a modern day centre back. Very good with the ball at his feet. Here he is now. Has been known to score a few worldlies as well in his time. Kovac. They get ahead of Beakhurst here. Beakhurst just losing out. Kovac now taking on Hoare. Looks back to Velardo. Well, both teams just beginning to settle a little now. Settle into their shapes. There's McGowan. Certainly not known for his pace, but he skips away from Beakhurst. Gibbs. Back to Ali. Out to Mundy. Here's Fitchner. Trying to get away from Phelps. Hoare keeps it alive. Here's Skinner. Skinner driving into the box. Always looking to get to the byline. Dinks it across, and there's nobody there for Lions. Good delivery. I think Skinner putting that into a right good area. But not enough Lions players gambling. That's exactly what Skinner does so well, and he's done really well last couple of seasons for the Lions. Here's Mundy. Got Gray ahead of him. Opts to swap the ball into Joseph. Ramzani certainly watching the striker very closely. Here's Skinner. Got Hart Phillips to his left as Lions look to break. Hart Phillips with tons of room here to run into. Let's go back to Skinner. Peninsula Power reset well there. Ramzani. Back out to Phillips. He's closely watched by Ali. Into Duckworth. That's a bit of a heavy ball if he can keep it in. I think it might have just gone out of play there. It has done. But that's a few times the Lions have linked up really well. Finding the right passes. Breaking through Peninsula Power when they do win the ball high up the park. It really is a good crowd here at Luxury Paint Stadium with the River Fire on tonight. Certainly two well-supported sides. Quasi just... There's Beakhurst with the throw to get his back off and running into Hoare. Nice little pick up there from Gibbs. Class 8, Gibbs. Here's Joseph coming really short. And he does win it well. There's a Fally. Ramzani picking up. Here comes Skinner. Skinner now looking to drive into that position. And it's, again, Gray doing his defensive work well on Skinner. Jack Skinner loves to run into. It's Kovac. Back to McGowan. It was with Phelps. Has some experience playing in the American system. Akwasi. Still alive though, it is eventually cleared. MacArthur winning it. Peninsula Power napping a little bit there, and here comes Hort. Got Fitchner to his right. There's Phelps who watches it well. Fitchner wanted that ball played earlier. Does well to head it. A little bit of slack movement. Certainly was well defended from Phelps. He's got his hands full with this Lions attacking three. Joseph. Time to touch and turn. Carlos chased him down. There's Kovac. Good control. Gets to the byline. Tries to get across, but he's just crowded out. And it is MacArthur mopping up. It's not the right pass there from MacArthur. And a bit of pressure there. Certainly glides the field with a lot of confidence. MacArthur is a great signing for Lions Football Club. Home side have got a range of talent throughout their squad. Here's Thurtell. Into Gray. Gray still with it. Hart Phillips is pulling jersey a bit. Gray plays the early ball. Gibbs was a target, but Kovac will look to get it back in, I think, here. Kovac gets away from Beakhurst, dinks it. It's a little bit too deep and just goes over the head of everybody. If Gray can keep it alive, he has done. He'll play it back in, but it's straight into the safe clutches of Acton. Well, 20 minutes played. Luxury Paint Stadium. It is Lions who lead by a goal to nil. Peninsula Power certainly are out this game. They've had good amounts of territory without really troubling Acton at all. Lions happy to try and pick up the loose balls, and when they do, they've been so dangerous. Here's Carlos. Carlos, oh, he looked to shoot there, but across to Phillips, who delivers it in. It's headed away. Here's Skinner. Skinner, such a talented player. Gets out to Beakhurst. It's defended. Yeah, Makwasi, he's doing his defensive duties. Ramzani. Lions would love a second goal here. There's Dylan. Ramzani, the two central defensive partnerships. Ramzani allowed to drive. Hart Phillips got options inside to his right. Skinner. As with Duckworth, who's really controlling the midfield in these early stages. Skinner, Ramzani bursting forward here. And it is Phelps to clear. That's Monday doing the clearance there. My apologies. Ramzani certainly not afraid to get into those areas. Well, don't forget, at 6 o'clock tonight, live as well on FQTV, we have another pulsating semi-final as Morton City Excelsior will host Eastern Suburbs. That's at 6 o'clock tonight. Certainly is a huge clash, as Eastern Suburbs have had a wonderful season as well. As the Premiers versus 4th place in that game. We have second versus third here, so barring penalties, they should know who they're playing in the finals, those two sides, if this doesn't go to extra time. Here's Skinner. The best of passes from Skinner. Makwasi using his body well there. I think the referee not happy with pushing it back onto Duckworth. Tom Fell having none of that from Makwasi. There's that early ball up to Fishner. There's Mundy who clears. Here's Gibbs, heavy touch. Carlos trying to win it. Mundy helping away. Skinner. Vlado. Peninsula Power just trying to hit Lions on the counter-attack, but the Lions so quick to get back into their defensive shape when they lost the ball there. Really well disciplined, the home side. Here's Ali. Up to Joseph. Dylan quick onto him. Kovac under pressure, brings it down really well. This Kovac still going, got Ramzani there. Looking back to Kovac. Delivery from Gray is really, really deep. Not the best of balls. And that will frustrate Peninsula Power because he did so well to get in that position. It was Kovac under that much pressure, bringing it down on his chest. He had options around him, but Peninsula Power again in the final third. Not taking a chance or even troubling Acton. Like we've said before, they've gotten into good areas and they've had a lot of possession. It's Kovac. Ali. Here's space for Gibbs here. Gibbs might fancy it. It's a bit of a heavy pass. He had Makwasi and Joseph to his left. It looked like he was going to fancy the shot and changed his mind at the last second. Here again. Looked like he was going to do it. Played it through. It's with Ramzani. Nicely worked, it's Hart Phillips. Back to Ramzani. There's Dylan. So much space there, Carlos. There's Hoare. Ramzani. Bit of a 2-on-1 out here. Comes to Hart Phillips. He plays it in first time. McGowan clears. Only as far as Ramzani. Lions really just trying to camp themselves into Power's half. Lovely change of direction from Ramzani. He finds MacArthur on the Rochdale man. And he gives it away. He was very hesitant to Gibbs. Joseph, this is where Power needs to make it count. Kovac, and they do have their numbers here. Kovac driving forward. Makwasi to his right. Kovac looking to go himself. Ramzani's there and he just goes over the bar. What a run from the left back. The Lions were doing really well to defend that. Refusing to open up the pass from Makwasi. It's actually excellent defending from Ramzani here. Kovac just trying to hit the target. He just knocks it a little bit too high. Hoare collects. Kovac has been tremendous for Peninsula Power in these opening 25 minutes. Everything good really has come down his side. He almost felt that a goal there for him would be warranted. Here's Mundy. Into Ali. Back with Phelps. Mundy again. Mundy looking inside. Makwasi with a bit of room, but he just wasn't able to get enough onto that. And Duckworth collects, and Lions have it once more. There's Ramzani. And a really good game of football. Thortel coming out again, and Fitchner is collected. He does get to the ball. He leaves a little bit on the striker. Almost deja vu a little there from a Lions point of view. Until this time getting to it first. Has looked a bit of a sore one on Fitchner, the goal scorer. Referee calling on the physio after a little bit of delay. That'll be a big blow for Lions. He's been one of many really good players in the final third for Lions today. Well, so far, Peninsula Power have a lot of work to do to try and break the hoodoo of semi-final defeats. A goal down to Fitchner's goal, who is on the floor at the moment. Lions have gone on to win the grand final. The last time they defeated Peninsula Power in that semi-final. I believe Lions are undefeated in the last 8 against Peninsula Power in the league. Peninsula Power, of course, winning the big game in the Queensland Cup. Well, there is a lot more football to be played after the NPL men's tonight as well, with Eastern Suburbs hosting Brisbane City in the NPL women's semi-final. Gold Coast Knights beating Lions women's side Friday last night. Lions going down to 10 men in that game. Eastern Suburbs and Brisbane City have always been entertaining games. Women's League, that game is at 7:30. Make sure you check in on that one as well. Of course, Swanton City and Eastern Suburbs for the men's. Football for Eastern Suburbs really coming on as both the men and women's team in the semi-finals. It's a very successful season. Lions, of course, are the same, but said their women's side knocked out last night. Can the men go one round further? Well, Skinner temporarily playing the striker role as we're just waiting for Fitchner to come back on. There he is. He is back onto the park. I'm not sure about that. It is, yeah. Good decision from Tom Fell. I thought he wasn't going to give it. He's using Volardo's body against him. Here's Gray to Mundy. Is with Phelps. Peninsula Power having a wonderful cup season. Managed to get into the national rounds of the Australia Cup before losing out. Played in a wonderful game against Mullan Coast Rangers on their way there as well. We're over half an hour here. The best of balls to Fitchner. There's with McGowan. McGowan with a lot of experience playing in Scotland's League 2. Certainly now got a lot of experience in Australia as well. There's a turn from Fitchner. He's looking for a penalty. He's down again there. Referee not having enough on it. Carlos still going for it. And he does win it. Duckworth is with Hoare. Fisher still down, and Lions deciding just to surrender possession in the final third. That's certainly not a good sign. Twice in a matter of minutes there for Alex Fitchner, goal scorer. It didn't look like an awful lot in it initially. I'll miss out not getting a replay, but it does look in a bit of pain. Tom Fell doesn't have the benefit of a VAR referee. Some people will say that's a good thing. Others may disagree. Oh, we've been blessed with such wonderful strikers in the NPL this season. You just look at that top goal scorers chart with Andy Pengelly on 16 and now Joseph 15. And Marquez Walters scores for fun, and he doesn't make it into the top three. Horse Cant as well, Eastern Suburbs. We're back on the way as Peninsula Power give the ball back to the Lions. Alex Fitchner back onto the park straight away. Matt Acton. Peninsula Power putting a little bit more pressure on the forward line there in the final 10 minutes or so here at Luxury Paint Stadium, live on FQTV. It is a big weekend of semi-final action. Finals, of course, are back at Perry Park this year after a couple of seasons at Suncorp Stadium. Carlos taking on Monday there. Still Carlos and Monday, the two number 12s. Looks like Carlos might actually get onto that. Monday refusing to get her up there. I think the ball looks like it might have gone out of play, but Lions have it anyway. Here's Duckworth. He's back with Dillon. MacArthur into Hoare. Here's Skinner. Ramzani. Always offering support, Ramzani. Back to Hart Phillips. Skinner. Duckworth. Beautifully worked here from the home side. Skinner. Oh, he's pass the move. Fitchner on the run. Tries to cut back into his right peg, and I think it came off him. It does, and it ends up going round for a goal kick. But the Lions showing real intent here. Lovely play. Both midfielders and strikers, everyone moving around, looking for the ball. No one hiding. Valley gives it away. It is Hart Phillips, referee. I'm not to take any more steps forward, as players like to do, try and gain a few extra yards from the throw. Here's Skinner. Might lose it, McQuassier. Here's Joseph. Skinner gets a touch on it, but it only releases McQuassier. Got options to his left here. Power will keep it. Gray. Back they go, Monday with Phelps. Master McGowan, the Scotsman. Kovac. Got to run at the defenders. Gets away from his man. Kovac. McQuassier's there. He's got Joseph to his left. Joseph was always going to shoot that first time. Blocked by who else but Ramzani. An absolute rock at the back. The Lions looking very, very stable there. Hoare. Lions looking to break quickly. They've got the pace. It is Fitchner. He's got tons of time. Fitchner, big save. Carlos surely! Carlos follows it up, and the Lions hit the counter-attack with absolute perfection here. Fitchner again trying to get to the top there of Thortel. It comes out to Carlos. Thortel couldn't get down low enough, and the Lions are 2 goals to the good here at Luxury Paint Stadium. And to be fair, it is absolutely no more than they deserve on this first half showing. It's exactly what they were looking for. It's the first time they're able to counter on Peninsula Power. They know they've got the pace over their back three. They were able to utilise it this time. Fitchner turning provider. As with Thortel. Well, again, it's Peninsula Power. We're actually in a good area there when they lose the ball. There's Duckworth. Just hitting it right into the corner there. Looking for Fishing to get onto it, but he isn't able to. There's Joseph. There's Monday. He might have taken a touch there. Possibly off Skinner. No, it hasn't. Good pressure from the Lions. They're just not letting Peninsula Power get out easily at all there. It was Niall Joseph actually the one getting the throw so deep into his own half. There's Skinner. Hart Phillips. Get the bit there of Gray. He does so. Ali helping out his back line. There's a power throw. Too many steps forward there for Tom Fell as Gray forced to go back. He's looking to take that throw quickly to try and get his side out his own half. Class A coming short there. Duckworth launching it up into the sky as we are 5 minutes to half time. Live on FQTV. Of course, you're with Alan Kroll taking you through all the action. That's not the best of clearances, and it comes to Kovac. Hoare bursting an absolute gut to get back to defend there, and Kovac in the end just gives it straight to Carlos, who of course is the man that scored the second. Here's Ramzani. Hart Phillips just couldn't get the control right on the chest, just a little bit off balance. Gray uses the help offered by Mundy. Mundy up to Joseph. Lovely control there from the striker. Into Ali. Ali holds the ball up. Held it onto it a bit too long there, and again Lions pick it up in a good area. That's a poor pass. A little bit scrappy there from both sides. Dillon. That's Gray, just again bodying Hart Phillips, the man right down the ground, just feeling that a little bit. Here's Joseph. Ali trying to switch it quickly. Here's Kovac. A little bit too slow on the uptake allows the home side to get back into their position. There's McGowan to Phelps. I think McGowan and Phelps on Monday have probably had the ball the most out of the Peninsula Power players. Here's Joseph. Back to McGowan. To Joseph. Looking to switch it. It's a little bit short there. As Gray was making a good run. Fitchner trying to get onto it. Hoare collects it. Hoare just launches it up here to Skinner. Skinner does bring it down really well there. Duckworth got Skinner to his left. Duckworth. Skinner. This is exactly where he loves to have the ball here. Jack Skinner. There's a teasing delivery. Kovac gives it away to Beakhurst in an awful area. It's far back across goal, and it is turned onto the keeper, Thortel. I think Phelps got the touch. Again, it looked like Kovac was going to deal with it. He just loses his foot in here. Beakhurst puts the pressure onto him. And it is Carlos looking for his second. Takes a wee nick. It is off Phelps, and Thortel makes a decent stop. Peninsula Power cannot afford to go into the break 3-0 down. The Lions would absolutely love that though. There's a delivery. Thortel clears it. Joseph and Thortel mixed up. Eventually it is thumped away, but there will be a second bite at the delivery from Fitchner. Oh, I thought it was an absolute classic finish. It hits the side netting, and I think the crowd thought it went in the net as well. Fitchner is on absolute fire today. Not sure if he's actually going for goal there or not, but here's McGowan. Up it goes as we're into the final minute of normal time. Kovac knocks it on. Joseph does chase it down, but he's got no other support alongside him. Ramzani. Still with Ramzani. Over it goes. Get out of the target. Duckworth. Here's Ali. Hoare. Hoare working extremely hard. Out to Beakhurst. Lions' tails are certainly up as they are looking to get that all-important third goal. A 2-0 lead is just, for the mindset, is just completely different than a 3-goal lead. Lions can just get that while they are in the ascendancy. Is Carlos. That goes out. Is Skinner. That'll go right back to Dylan. Ramzani is there to offer support. Only a couple of minutes of added on time here. Luxury Paint Stadium. Ramzani looking for the big switch up to Beakhurst. Kovac with it. Voado into Gibbs. Gray. Peninsula Power forced to go back. McGowan putting his foot on the ball. Is there going to be one last chance possibly for Power? They give up the ball though, and Lions come again here. Skinner. Going through. Up and over it goes. Another opportunity for Lions right on the stroke of half time. Fechner. Phelps. Kwasi chasing it down. Ramzani slipping on it. Peninsula Power actually picking up well here. It's Joseph tying into trouble. The referee playing the advantage. Gibbs was the one that was collected. Kovac. Bilardo. Is with Phelps and McGowan. Zali. Joseph. Back to him. Kovac. Driving into space. It is Jack Skinner makes the block, and it is the halftime whistle at Luxury Paint Stadium, and Lions could not have dreamed of a better opening 45 minutes. It was a sweet finish from Fichtner to give the Lions the lead before Fichtner turned provider as Carlos whipping in after a save for Thortel. Lions well deserved of their opening lead, and at halftime it looks like Peninsula Power are not beating their duck. Halftime, it is Lions Football Club 2, Peninsula Power 0.
Excellence. Is it measured in likes, bottom lines, or the impact we make around us? The things we build, the students we inspire, the care we give. At CQ University, we recognise all kinds of excellence. We combine contemporary courses with more choices and real support to empower you to create the success that means more to you. Be with CQU.
How do I finish this time? One straight off.
Felton Industries is proud to be the official shelter and grandstands partner of Football Queensland. Felton offers a range of premium aluminium grandstands, from elite portable spectator seating to soccer team shelters for players and coaches. Give your fans the best view of the game with Felton's comfortable spectator seating. With sun-safe shelters or powder-coated in your team colours. Whatever your club needs, Felton has a high-quality, low-maintenance seating option to suit. We are the pioneers in Australian-made grandstands and team shelters. Contact Felton today on 1800 834 016 or visit felton.net.au.
Welcome back for the second 45 minutes here at Luxury Paint Stadium. Have a little look back at the goals that defined the first 45 minutes. It was Alec Fichtner with the opening strike. Cool and composed from the wing there with Thurtell off his line. Nice finish from Alec Fichtner. And he turned provider for the second goal. You see here again, Lions looking to catch Peninsula Power on the counter. They had the pace over the back line. Fichtner again getting into a good position. He tries to get it over Thurtell, but this time it comes out to Carlos, and he's cool into the bottom corner. And Lions Football Club leading by 2-0 here in the semi-final at Luxury Paint Stadium. It is a massive second 45 minutes for Peninsula Power. We just await Lions to come back onto the park. Peninsula Power with their first ones out as expected. They are looking to find a way back into this game. 45 minutes. Oh, their season is over here at Luxury Paint Stadium. Again, it is two titans of Queensland football looking to get into the final. Two sides that you expect to be in this position. But Peninsula Power have it all to do. The other game that is currently on the way, of course, is Morton City versus Eastern Suburbs. There's no need to switch over just yet. I will certainly give you updates as that game progresses. For Peninsula Power, really, it was Kovac, the American, on this left side. That really all the creativity came from that wing-back position. Gibbs wanting to get away. Peninsula Power would really like to really start this second half flying. Here's Hort. There's a little run forward for Skinner. Phelps doing his defensive work well, and it is a corner for the Lions as they look to put this game to bed early in this half. Beakhurst to take this. He's got a couple options short. That might be a bit of a routine here. Now Beakhurst opts to float it in towards that far post. And it ends up going all the way out. I think that was MacArthur in the end coming with the late run. Vallardo just having a little word there with Phelps. Gibbs doing well to win that here. Gibbs into Joseph. Joseph looked to play it back out to Gibbs. It was a little bit of a tough one, and Ramzani is just so strong. Really difficult for Gibbs to win that one. Not the best of passes from Joseph, unfortunately, in that area. Lions are just so quick to really close them down. He is a danger man for Peninsula Power, of course. There's Monday. Let's clear it. Joseph knocking it down. Oh, again, the physio coming on here. It does look like there may have been a change for Peninsula Power. Looks like Ali has come off and he's been replaced with Woolley. Has been a long old season. A few games have been called off with the wet weather, forcing teams to play midweek and all getting a little bit congested there towards the end. So some players certainly right to get a little bit of cramp. Has been a bit of a stop-start to the second half. It's not what Peninsula Power would have wanted. They were certainly looking for a fast start, put the pressure on Lions. Duckworth will temporarily go off the park as Lions will be down to 10 for as long as it takes them to get back on there. It is just shy of 10 minutes played between Morton City, Excelsior and East. It's still 0-0 in Brendale. 2-0 here with Ramzani. Is knocked away. Skinner trying to get onto it. There's Villardo. Aldo, Joseph, immediately when he's on the ball, Dylan just right in on him. Skinner trying to get through. Referee looked to play the advantage, but he will call it back there. And it is a yellow card for Woolley. He's only been in the park 5 minutes. First yellow card of the match. It has been quite smart from the Lions' point of view, the way they've started this half. Really just taking the energy out of the game with the way they're playing. Fickner's delivery is a good one too, and it goes all the way through. I think Dylan was the one looking to try and get a touch onto that. Here's Sawtell. McGowan. Kovac. Does dink it. Carlos with the tackle. Up to Skinner. Referee waves play on because Skinner is so dangerous here. Uses the overlap and run from Beakhurst, but it's a little bit overhit. Duckworth does get the touch and let's try and keep it in, but it has gone out of play. Joseph flicking it on. No one close enough to the striker, and Ramzani is able to get right in there and intercept it. Here's Mundy. Morado ahead of him. Opts to go back. Phelps to McGowan. Oh, Thortel, sorry. Thortel goes long. Lions do a pace here, and Acton does hesitate. McQuassie gets a tackle and he might, looks like he might want to throw off at Phillips there, but no, it's the Lions ball. Well, the opening 45 minutes was full of energy and a lot of skill and good technical ability. This second half so far, only eight or so minutes played, has been anything but that. Lions slowing the game down. Beakhurst and taking a few touches. Tom Fell, he's not happy with Duckworth and Quassay. It's getting in the rear. Here's Gibbs. Gibbs getting to the byline, trying to get in there. He goes down. Looked like he got the ball. It looked like a really good tackle, actually, from Ho. The referee actually spotted that. Good refereeing. McGowan has come forward here for this throw. Peninsula Power looking to gamble a bit more. McGowan's a target. MacArthur's got him for height, but Peninsula Power win their first corner of the second half. Few of the big players up for the back for Peninsula Power. There's a delivery towards the near post, and it is now Joseph escaping Ho. I think he was watched from Ho and Skinner, but he gets to that front post. He actually gets a really good connection on the delivery. Hard to get it perfectly towards goal. Here's Ramzani. Into Carlos. Out it comes to be Cursed. Needs the support offer from MacArthur. Joseph trying to put a bit of pressure on him. McQuasey chasing down. Ramzani with tons of room here as they shift Peninsula Power from right to left in. That's a poor pass though from the big centre back. There's Mundy. Thortel. A little bit of a hash for the clearance. McQuasey. Looking for some options. Finds it. Back to McQuasey. Gray to his right. Gibbs to his left. All used. Gray. Velado. Posure from Mundy. Skinner bearing down. Heavy touch from Gray. Velado. Peninsula Power do well. Ramzani is beaten by Gray. Gray gets it across this time, and there was Woolley and Joseph there waiting for it. Another heavy touch for Gray. Again, he gets away with it. Gets the ball in. Here, clearance from Ramzani. Comes out to Kovac. He's got McGowan to his left. Kovac always looking to get onto his right foot. Woolley with a poor pass. He doesn't want to give away a foul there. He does well to maintain possession. Here's the skipper, McGowan. Not sure what he's looking for there, McGowan. It goes across to Gray. Gibbs was looking to let fly. Lions do clear their line. Mundy. Fickner chasing it down. Thortel. Velado. Kwasi. A ball over top. Here's Joseph in behind. He player's gone from as well, but I think Joseph. According to the referee there, he got the last touch. The linesman. I think Hart Phillips even thought that was a throw. Or they've actually given a free kick. That'll be more likely. And we'll reset with Gray. Ramzani gets the clearance. It comes to Carlos. Up to Skinner. Skinner. Still technical. Keeps the ball under control. There's Duckworth. Duckworth. Bring it forward. Mundy's equal to it. Gibbs is turning back. There's Velado. Back to Gibbs. They're off the ball. The Lions are putting some amount of work into this game. McGowan. Crossy. Try and play it through. MacArthur. Anywhere will do. Kovac. Kovac coming centrally. Switch of play though. Here is Gray. Mundy. Out to McGowan. Kovac just not quite getting there, but he gets away with it. Goes down that time. It looked like a foul off Beakhurst. And Phil says no. Fichtner. Oh, he's looking to get the better here. Phelps. Fichtner. Oh, beautiful skill from Fichtner. And that is very cynical from the centre half. And he just takes Fichtner out. What a piece of skill this is to do this. Absolute confidence. It's a needless foul as well for Phelps because McGowan was definitely coming across to defend that. And now Peninsula Power have a free kick to defend. Eastern Suburbs have gone a goal to the good against Morton City. Is Ferguson who's scored there. 20 minutes on the clock on that game. Eastern Suburbs ahead against the league leaders. Well, the Premiers, shall I say now. Here's Duckworth. Tries to go under the wall. Seen it go in a few times. Kovac, though, will thump it to safety. Power really chasing it down, and it's well won from Woolery. And here's now Joseph. He checks back, tries to dick it over the top. I think he was hoping to have more support with him there, Joseph. Good control from Gray, and Ramzani will get it away this time. See there, I'm not sure what Joseph was trying to do with a pass, but he was certainly checking back, looking for a few more Peninsula Power midfielders supporting him. Again, it's just the final third. Kovac again, going for the long throw. McGowan's forward again as well. That's a good throw. It does actually go through. I think it's Phelps who gets onto it. It's Kovac. Lions quickly out to defend. He does switch it towards the far post with Joseph. It is actually gone offside. Well, over an hour played at Luxury Paint Stadium. The Lions are in pole position for another finals berth at Perry Park. A club full of success, full of trophies. And they'll be looking to get there once more. Peninsula Power certainly still have a say. Of course, we're live exclusively on FQTV. Make sure you like and subscribe to keep up to date with all the action of finals football, as we're not far away finding out who will be playing in the final. Here's Fichtner. Phelps standing tall there, but in the end giving it away. Hart Phillips to Carlos. Fickner run onto it. Mundy put it into the sky. Shoulder to shoulder, corner referee. There's a good little touch there from Willerley. Dylan. All the time in the world there for Dylan. He does end up knocking it out. I think it's Woolley's hurt himself there. Well, it's certainly been a good year in NPL men's football, with the trophies being spread around. Gold Coast Knights winning the Queensland Cup over Brisbane City. Two sides who didn't even make the finals. Moreton City Excelsior, who currently premiers, winning the league. Currently a goal down to Eastern Suburbs. 25 minutes played there. Lions leading here against Peninsula Power. Does look like a double change is going to be made for the Lions. It is Beakhurst coming off the park. And Fickner, the man who scored one. And set up one. Makes a difference. Fickner, the main man. One back to Ramzani. He'll make sure to clear it out the park. Here's Broderick straight into the action. Comes across there. Here's Hort. And then the shot for Carlos in the end is straight at the keeper. Thortel knocking it high and long. Looks like Hart Phillips has moved into a more attacking position, with Shaw filling in at left back. Broderick as well coming onto the park. He's replacing Fickner. Phelps, that's not a big good ball, and Skinner could have done better with that. Thortel takes a touch as well. McGowan. Villardo. Here's Mundy. Gray. Joseph. There's Mundy. There's a switch. Shaw doing well. Stopping Kovac from getting forward. Kovac's was real keen at opening 45 minutes, but has as much of an impact in the second half. It's clear to see the Lions have tried to get closer to him. That's a foul from McGowan on Hoare. It is. Well, certainly so far, very professional second half performance from the home side. Not overcommitting. Really taking the sting out of the game that was there in that first 45. McGowan tries to clear. Shaw takes it quickly as Skinner. Skinner floats it in all the way to that other side. Hart Phillips chased it down, and he's just out-muscled by Gray. They're trying to get the game off quickly, but they just give possession right back to Lions. Here's Hort. Phillips whips it in. That should be Thortels. Here's Shaw. A little bit of space for Hoare. Hoare got some options in there for delivery. Is key. It's actually a good delivery. And Luke Broderick just heading wide. Great delivery into the box here from Hoare. Broderick is in between the two centre halves. Down into the ground. It's actually a good idea. Morton City Excelsior have actually pulled level in that game. Half an hour played there is 1-1. Oh, Wide Merriam is coming onto the park. Kwasi has come off. He is, man, just back from a lengthy injury. 6 weeks out. Was an own goal from Morton City Excelsior in 29 minutes as the equaliser for the hosts there. McGowan. Go back. It's Gibbs. A little bit of space for Vlado. Not the best pass for Vlado. He gives it away now. It could be so dangerous, but it's not the best of passes. By Merriam, instantly on the attack of the pass. Not making its way through to Joseph. Carlos. Carlos looks to play back to the keeper. It is a very loose one, and it's cleared off the line. Woolley does so well to read that, and he's so unlucky. But the Lions get back. Peninsula Power keeping the pressure up this end of the park. That was a certain goal. Cleared off the line. Kovac trying to stop it short. As well under pressure, gets it down the line. And a chance for Broderick to run into it. Doesn't really have much options ahead of him. Checks back to keep possession. Shaw just can't quite get the pass back to the attacker. It's Hart Phillips. Back with him. He's got Carlos in front of him. Hart Phillips. Confidence to take on his man. Gets it across and it isn't the best ball. Well, the other change that was made was that Mundy has come off the park for Peninsula Power and he's replaced by McKenzie in that right centre back role. Tortel picks it out. Kovac. Peninsula Power needing a hero, someone to step up. Someone needs to take the game by the scruff of the neck, as they say. It's Phelps. Vlado taking on Skinner. Gray was ahead of him, but the pass is just given away. Broderick making a noose of himself there. Shaw. All the time to try and hit that corner for Broderick to get onto. McGowan. Knows he doesn't have the pace. Tries to use his strength. Here's Hort. Overlap and run is Shaw. Always look to check back. Shaw, he does. There's Carlos now. Duckworth. Well worked here. Deflection on the ball into the box. It spilled. It almost came to Broderick. It does come to Carlos. We fancy it. Deflection on the shot and it just goes straight into Thortel. And Broderick was there. So many players ready just to hit it. But that might have been a foul possibly on Phelps. Dylan clears it as Joseph was looking onto it. Tell you, Lions have done really well to nullify Joseph up top from Peninsula Power. Power haven't been able to really get him into the game. Here's Gibbs. Nothing ahead of him, having to go back, much to the frustration of the Peninsula Power bench. Phelps. There's Gibbs. Woolley. Great. I think Power were looking for that. Broderick surely hit his hand there. It did. Referee pulling that one back too. 15 minutes to go at Luxury Paint Stadium. Lions, not surprisingly, dropping a little bit deeper the longer this game goes on. There's a skipper, McGowan. Does he have something on him to get his side back into? That's not a good pass, though. And it's just giving the ball away needlessly. Skinner, so much room before anyone challenges him. He's back to Duckworth. Here's Skinner. Dylan. Duckworth. Well worked. Here's Ramzani. Oh, it's a late tackle from McKenzie there on Ramzani. It is looking like it will be 8 straight semi-final. Oh, 8 semi-final defeats for Peninsula Power without a win. They've got to this position so many times. They just haven't been able to get it over the line. So many different players that have played here. Top quality players. There's so many top quality players on the park today as well. There's Joseph. Thought he had a bit more time than he had. There's Hort. Joseph chased it down though. That'll be picked up by McGowan. Patel clears. Novak tries to bring it down. Hort. McGowan blocking that as the run ahead of him was for Carlos. Carlos scoring the second goal. The all-important second goal. Broderick gets in behind McGowan. It might have just been offside there. It was. It's with Phelps. Joseph comes short. The pass isn't good enough. Skinner. Back to Skinner here. Options in the middle. Comes across Hoare with tons of time. He's able to take a touch. Probably one touch too many. Plays it across! And you just knew he'd have an impact today. Carlos gets his second. And it's goal number 3 for the Lions. And that surely is a 1.5 foot into the finals. Carlos always has a say on big games. And he's here again. He thought the chance might have gone with Hoare. He tried to set it up for the volley. The pass was a little short to Carlos. But nonetheless, he buries it. And the Lions, the second half performance has been very professional indeed. And it has got them over the line. 10 minutes to go at Luxury Paint Stadium. The Lions can surely begin to celebrate. Barring an absolute miracle from Peninsula Power. And they give it away once more. Villarado losing it to Skinner. Skinner tries to get away from him, but Villarado wins the ball. Is with Gray. Villarado. As well, Merriam. Hasn't had much of an impact since coming on, but forward areas, Peninsula Power haven't had much on in the second half, especially. That was a touch gets away from McKenzie. Into the final 10 minutes now at Luxury Paint Stadium. It's a long throw, headed away. And acrobatic effort there, really, from Gray. Straight to Acton and goal. Broderick. Gowan winning it. Phelps winning it there. There's across to McKenzie. Wide Merriam. Just running out the clock as Peninsula Power really need to score right now if anything was going to happen. There's Gibbs. Gibbs actually gets away here. It's Joseph. Lovely little touch, trying to get back to Gibbs, and it is Skinner getting back there. It's all over the park. Skinner, the amount of effort and running that the Lions have put in today, really that's been the difference, I'd say, between the two sides. That and just a little bit of quality in the final third. And it is Skinner is making way again. What a match he had. All over the park. Great performance from Lions Football Club, and they will have another chance at winning on the finals and becoming champions. As Pengelly has come onto the park for the final 10 minutes, he'll look to add to his tally for the season if he can. Here's Gray. Run into trouble, Gray. Back to Phelps by Merriam with a little touch, but Hoare's there. Here's Kovac. Kovac's in behind. Kovac fires across. Good save from Matt Acton. Comes back in and he will collect it. Well, he's been called into action in the second half. Real action. It's Kovac firing across. Not sure if it was a shot there, but he's just getting it into the danger area. Pengelly looking for Roderick. Pengelly, the former Peninsula Power striker, did win 2 NPL titles with Power. Before moving to the Lions, he did, of course, start at Lions in the academy. I think Peninsula Power with one more throw at the dice here. Or Duckworth, Shaw, running it down here. Shaw got so much space. It is a little touch there for Phelps. Final 5 minutes, Luxury Paint Stadium. The Lions players and bench beginning to celebrate. They're into the final, and they've been well worthy of their win this evening. McGowan clears. Lions have played this second half excellently. Peninsula Power, I thought it would have come out a little bit more aggression, some more energy. But for Peninsula Power, I think getting to the finals is always a target for them. Top 4 minimum, and they've reached that. And unfortunately, just falling at this hurdle, so they'll go into the season, the off season, looking to fix that for next season. They've got a really good squad, but haven't quite been able to show it today. I did see Peninsula Power beating Lions for a league campaign in the Queensland Cup. There's Joseph. Scottish striker hasn't really had a chance this evening. Here he is now though, Joseph. Little layoff to McKenzie. Comes back to Willie, not the best of strikes, doesn't quite catch it well enough. Short by Merriam batting on. I think I might have has gone for a Lions throw. By Merriam, just making sure that Lions hold onto the ball. Is a substitution for the Lions as well. There's Liam MacArthur. I think every player to a man for Lions Football Club has all been pass marks this evening. There's not been a single player that's had a poor performance. All done their job really well. Phelps. Swift Gray. Kenzie. It's back to Gray. McKenzie going to take on Hart Phillips. Deflection on the delivery. Actually, I did just go straight out, in fact, and it'll just be a goal kick for Lions as they look to run the clock down. Why Merriam gets the touch. Not the best of touches, unfortunately, here. Flemington. Shaw thumps it away. Here's the big man, Broderick. Broderick putting his full body on the line, and Shaw supporting him. Here's Shaw, got Pengeli in the centre, and that's a little bit of a lunge. The linesman didn't call it, the referee did. There's a yellow card for Messina. Another yellow card for Peninsula Power, just adds to the frustration on 90 minutes. Home side will just look to run down the clock here, I think. 3 goals up in the semi-final. There's Hort. The Duckworth, what a ball that is. Duckworth getting into the box. Saved from Thortel. Hort plays it back across, and Broderick directs it towards goal. Doesn't put enough on it. Flemington. By Merriam. Peninsula Power looking for a consolation, but they lose out. Ramzani, everyone going forward now for Lions. Ramzani bursting to try and support here. Hort through. Broderick can get a touch. Thortel quick off his line. As we're into added on time here at Luxury Paint Stadium. Kenzie. Nothing ahead of them. By Merriam, unfortunately not going to get to that. And that will be touched out. Merriam, a little bit of discomfort there on him. We'll see this one again here as he's chased it down. I don't like Shaw, just really committed to it. I don't think there was an awful lot in that at all there. Merriam come back onto the park. Referee just letting them to do so. Phelps back to Thortel. There's a disappointing finish to the season for Peninsula Power, but again, finishing 3rd place. Lions roaring into the semi-final. Ethan Suburbs still leading, still drawing 1 each with Morton City Excelsior, with just the 1 shot on target in that game from the away side, but that's all you need to score. Felt to Thortel. Shouts from the benches to get forward. Surely is a little too late. I think it's something here. Lovely touch from Merriam. Messina looking to get into Joseph, but also makes a block here, and this is picked up right in a good area. Woolley. McKenzie is back with them. Peninsula Power looking to try and get the ball into the box. Deflection across. Still Lions defend well as they try and hold on to a clean sheet. Usually is 3 or 4 minutes of additional time with the substitutions. Hasn't been too many injuries in the second half. There's a long throw again, flicked on from Phelps, headed away. So they're trying to keep it alive. And now Shaw bursting to get forward. Can they get another one? It's through here for Andy Pengeli. It's Phelps getting back to defend, and Lions will have the throw. There's Shaw with 4. Out to Shaw. You thought about throwing in. Hort. He will throw it in. And there's the header. Almost broke, actually. Oh, Pengeli. Peninsula Power all napping Hort. There is Pengeli. And he will shoot, but he's not hitting the target from there. The Lions striker. First opportunity to come off the bench. 4 minutes played here, and that will be the full-time whistle. It is. Well, plenty of questions were asked of Lions today, but they answered every one of them. A fabulous performance from the home side, and they deservedly march into the final for Peninsula Power. It's yet another time that they fail at the semi-final hurdle. They certainly gave their all, but they were beaten by a Lions side that was on form. Every player on the park today for Lions, to a man, were exceptional. And they march into the final. Full time at Luxury Paint Stadium. It's Lions Football Club 3, Peninsula Power 0.